Yeah. Ain't saying this country's perfect. It ain't never been. But if all you do is tear it down, maybe it's time you kick rocks and find another road to block with your pretty signs and color flags. I was raised where the old flag flies, work all day underneath these skies, calloused hands and a beat up forward. Thank the good Lord for what we work for. We got our problems, yeah, that's true, but freedom means you can speak your mind, you can raise your voice, you can stand your ground, but don't burn the house while you're living in it for free. You say you hate these 50 states, everything we built and everything we made. Won't nobody change you to this ground. There's a highway running straight out of town. If you hate this country so bad, hey, get the hell out. If everything American makes you want to shout, you can pack that bag, hit the road right now. Nobody's stopping you from getting out. I'll stand right here, proud and loud, boots on the dirt underneath that flag. You don't gotta love everything we're about, but if you hate this country so bad, get the hell out. Hold up, everybody talking like the grass stays greener, looking at America through a cracked phone screen. Yeah, talking real big about burning it down while enjoying every freedom that lets you run your mouth. You wanna make it better, man, I'm down with that. Stand up, vote, work, put your boots to the pad, fix what's broken, help your hometown. But there's a difference between fixing and tearing it down. Red, white, blue ain't saying we're perfect. It means generations fought to preserve it. Factory workers, farmers, soldiers, and nurses, regular folks getting up and working for it. You're free to disagree, free to protest me, free to say this country ain't what you want it to be. That's the beautiful thing about the land of the free. You're even free if you hate this country so bad, hey, get the hell out. Quit kicking the dirt while you're running your mouth. There's 4 ties waiting in the road heading south, east, west, north. Pick your route out. I'll stand right here, proud and loud. Country boy underneath that flag. We can fight to make it better, that's what freedom's about. But if you hate this country so bad, get the hell out. I ain't saying Uncle Sam's always right. I ain't saying we shouldn't stand up and fight. Question the powerful, defend your rights. That's American and Saturday night. But I still love this land I'm on, from the Appalachian hills to the setting sun. You can call me stubborn, you can call me proud. Turn that banjo up and say it loud. We got scars, we got history, good and bad in the land of liberty. But change takes work, it don't come free. So grab a damn shovel and build with me. You wanna stay, then make it stand. Help your neighbor, lend a hand. Build something better across this land. That's something I can understand. If you hate this country so bad, get the hell out. Yeah, I said what I said, I ain't backing down. You can love it and still want to turn things around, but hate everything here, why stick around? Raise your fist, let the whole place shout. From the backwoods roads to the heart of downtown. If you hate this country so bad, get the hell out. Love it enough to make it better. Fight for what you believe. But if there ain't one damn thing here you love, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord splits you.
Ooh, welcome. Boy, do I look like I'm green or something. Anyway, welcome. This random pop-up live that I should have talked about last night, but subject was on something else. Anyways, hopefully everybody didn't float away yesterday. Their cars are still in their parking spots and things. But I mentioned yesterday that our gas went up over $1 yesterday, just like boom. No waiting for a week or anything. It just went up. And it didn't dawn on me until later last night when I realized, I'm like, wait a minute. I was listening to the radio and they declared a state of emergency because all the flooding here in Ohio, Coshocton, Muskingum, the counties below there, Morgan, there's horrible floods in this area. And I know for a fact, the church that does, goes out when there's storms and tornadoes and stuff. And, they went down to Crooksville area, took a bunch of generators and everything, cause they were out of power, and, their emergency areas, they needed power and whatnot. So I was going to go down, but they told me to go ahead and skip this one. And it didn't dawn on me until like last night when I saw, why did the gas go up over $1 after Governor Doofus declared state of emergency because of the weather and stuff. And I'm like, they can't do that, can they? They can't raise the gas because of that. And these are people who are filling up gas for generators so people can have electricity and get warm and eat and all this other stuff down there. And they raise the gas. It's nothing new that they raise gas here and there, but to raise it over $1, it's ridiculous. And to me, I don't think you're allowed to. I thought there was something that you couldn't do. Yeah, our gas went up over $1. It was $1, or I keep saying $1. $3.39, and then state of emergency. And some places are saying after that speech was 15 minutes later, it went up over $1. It's well, I don't know what it is now, but yesterday it was $1 or $4.49. I'll get it out. Luckily, I got to a gas station that didn't switch their gas yet, so I still got it at $3.45 or $3.49. 45, yeah. It was $4.05 Tuesday. Yeah, see, that's $4.49. Yeah. Ours was, like I said, $3, and ours usually is cheaper than like Zanesville. You can go down there and it's 20, 30 cents more than it is up here. And I think that's, county tax thing or city tax. But yeah, that's ridiculous with the now I'm probably they'll probably show a reasoning behind raising the gas or whatnot. But I went and looked at the I didn't look today. Let me see. Price well, yeah, 81, and yesterday was 86. So yesterday's was more than it was today. Let's see Tuesdays. And it was 84 on Tuesday. No, 85. So it's actually went down today. Yeah, TH2 is over in the central area. I hate when I wear a blue shirt because it looks like I'm hanging out with Trump. I'm all orange. But I have got like tons of things where people are talking about uh, the price hike overnight, or actually 15 minutes. Gas companies, well, the major ones change their gas in 15 minutes after the announcement of the emergency. Oh yeah. Well, that's like there. If you go and look, there used to be a map of percentage of, and how they know this, I don't know, but there used to be a map where you can check the percentage of preppers per state, and Ohio is one of the biggest ones. Ohio, Florida, which Florida makes sense because, you know, hurricanes and all that stuff. A lot of the coastal states, Mississippi and Louisiana was up there high. Montana, all the northern states, the higher parts of the northern states. Not so much in the cities, but the states. Yeah, I remember. Well, if you guys remember, Obama made a thing to where you couldn't raise gas. There was something that happened. I forget what it was, and then gas prices went up $1, $2, $3, and he made them put it back down. I forget what it was called that he did that. And I think during 2001 September time, uh, there was something. The prices went way up, and then why does it take a government official to mandate that prices are not allowed to rise because of this? And I know it's, well, we got to make a buck, you know, type thing. Uh, yeah, I usually wait until Wednesdays because usually when uh, the weekend is when they raise the price of gas, and then Wednesday they lower it back down for a few days, and then because usually that's when I go and get gas is after Wednesday, and I went to get gas and I didn't think nothing of it, and we went somewhere um, and got out, and boom, prices were up, and I'm like, what the hell happened? And you know, especially when there's a national emergency, something like a weather thing, to where people are without electricity they're going to be without electricity for a while. So they're going to be running off generators. And like I said, a bunch of people from church went down and took generators and filled up with gas and everything. And it was like, it may not be a big thing for these rich people and stuff, but that's money out of their pocket. They're not going to go and get this money back. So any money that they can save along the way, and it's not like they're splurging and driving around the neighborhood and checking out sites and things. They're helping people that are in need. I'm up on a hill, so I didn't there wasn't too much flooding. I mean, my garden's trash, but I'm not too worried about a garden compared to others are underwater. Their houses are underwater. Yeah. Yeah. See, I expect gas to go up and down. It's normal, but the thing is, Wednesday comes around when gas stations open, they get the notice to raise or lower gas. And that's what they do before they have to go in and reset the pumps, change the signs, the whole shebang. But 15 minutes after they declared national emergency because of the weather, gas prices went back up again. And to me, that's low. Catch you later, TH2. Don't forget your flip flops. Yeah, and it's not because the oil prices went up; they actually went down. So why raise the price $1? Now I could see like everybody's 50 cents and 40 cents and stuff, but over $1, just because there's a national emergency. And I'm not the only one that's bringing this up. If you go on TikTok and all those places, there's a lot of people talking about it. Like I said, the guy that one of the guys that took 3 generators down, he took my little one, and he had 2 other big ones he took down, and a bunch of gas cans. And the first trip he went down, he had 6 small generators with him in his truck, and he filled up all the cans and everything, and he came back up to get another load of generators. And by the time he got back down there, gas had went up over $1. And actually, he's filling up with gas here in Coshocton because it's like 18 or 19 cents cheaper, which is weird, because Zanesville's a bigger town and it's right on the highway and stuff. But again, it's all about the taxes and stuff. Yeah, but just think how much money they make. Think how much money they make for 2 days of the gas prices and stuff. It's no biggie for them, Yep. And like I said, there's a lot of people out there making videos and saying how this, officials need to be stepping up and taking care of this beforehand, not like letting it go for 3-4 days and then say, oh, we stepped up and we did our job and we made sure they put the prices back down what the average is for, whatever the averages are. But they're going to make their money during that time. Yeah. And that's the other thing. Our local government gets their cut of extra tax money. It's very unfortunate. But let me show some, see if I can find them. Here's one of the pictures. If it shows, there it goes. Yeah. Unfortunately, they're not going to get no gas out of there. This is down in Crooksville. This is the flood that they declared a national emergency thing. I believe this is the power station down there, which they had to shut everything down because of the water and everything. Image. Here's another one. This is almost and again, people don't realize all that feed right there is trash now. Farm animals, farms and everything that's in that area are wasted. All the feed, all the hay and everything. There's so much money loss in this, and on top of it, gas company decides, oh, let's make some more money. Let's squeeze them dry a little bit more. Where is it? Is no. Yeah, here's another one. I'll just share them. Oh, dang it. Why is it doing that? There we go. Okay. Having so much trouble sharing a screen. There we go. That's why I like putting it over to the side, because it doesn't take as long. I have to tab. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, is all these families are going to be without, and then you have gas companies that, and they're not anything you can do about it, because if you want to use your car, you ain't got much choice. You have to get the gas, and they know that, even we're at the times where cancel culture is this and that, but you can't really cancel culture the gas companies, because you need gas to drive around and stuff. Nobody's going to cancel the gas company, uh, the oil companies and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people think, just everybody has insurance, or all the government will give you emergency, this and that. Look at the people in North Carolina. They got their $750 per household. Do you know how much just to clean out after a flood? All your furniture has to go out. It's no good. You have to everything that was submerged underwater has to be replaced. Drywall, carpet, furniture, the wiring, all this stuff. Yeah, that was people on top of the bus. Yeah, it was bad. The We had flooding here, but it was just some roads and stuff along the way, which is normal. There are certain roads around here that flood every year. It's usually the springtime when we have our floods. But there has been times where, like going to Walmart, they're building an area where they put playgrounds and stuff like that. It flooded there this week, and a few other places. Like I said, a few roads coming into Coshocton County and it flooded, but nothing like Brooksville and places down in Zanesville and below that. Hey, Vester, Jeannie, Tammy, good to see you. Let me see if I can find some more here. Yeah. And I mean, that's not the only place. There's Dayton lost a few bridges that I heard. Here's another one. New tab. This is not in a city. Well, kind of in the outskirts of the city. Oh, I'm good. I'm up. Like I said, I'm up on the hill. If it floods around here, it'd take a long time for it to get up to me. I couldn't get out, but I have a kayak, so we would float downstream. It's the couple days after, if you hear about floods, then they'll release the dam, so to speak, after a couple days, and then it'll get worse. But yeah, this is another one of the pictures that popped up. Close that. Yeah, trying to find ones that are not from the news, because they put their watermarks on there, and you can get in trouble for that. This one clear. Yep, here's another one. Yeah, this is now I'm surprised that they don't have this blocked off for people going in. 'Cause you know there's going to be people trying to go across there. There always is, and then you see them. Somebody have to save those people. Yeah, that's why I said it's not Coshocton. We have two rivers that can converge into one here in Coshocton, and we flooded before. I mean, the whole city was completely underwater at one time. 1913, I think it was. Roscoe stayed a ghost town until 1968 when they started to bring it back and whatnot. Yeah, unfortunately, there are some people like our governor, and all only voted for him because he's Republican and stuff like that, and which the other candidates, I wouldn't throw him a stick, you know, at the time. Hopefully, our next one will be something better. I'll just leave it at that. I was never a fan of him, especially after the 2020 thing happened. He followed suit with whoever was in the office at the time, demanding people wear coverings over their faces and stuff. Yeah, that's what I was like. It's you damned if you do and damned if you don't type of thing. And like I said, I think the majority of people, it's like, well, Republican. That's where I draw the line. If a Democrat is a better fit, and which very hard to tell these days because I don't majority of the government officials are all in it to make money instead of what they're supposed to do is make where they live better. Uh, let me see. Yeah, if you go look at any of the stories they talking about, the wine activated members of Ohio National Guard Tuesday. Committees remain impacted by the storm and damage of the flooding, and the majority of the conversation is not, oh, good job in this, and it's all about he should do something about the gas gouging prices. And a lot of people complaining it went up 50 cents, and some people complaining went up over $1. That's the majority of the conversation right there. Yeah, and they're sprouting up all over the place too. I think we got a few coming here, or they're already in the process. And there's nothing you can do because it's not. They go in an office and they talk amongst themselves, and down the road, oh, I wonder what's being built over there. Oh, it's the new data center. Wait a minute, we get a vote on this? No, you don't. It's already been approved behind closed doors, so you don't get a say in it. That type of situation. Just like when the East Palestine train thing came here in Coshocton, we get to clean up the soil and stuff from there. We don't get a say in it. Yeah. Peyton's sister. Wonder who that is. Yeah, let's see what they say in oh yeah. Oh, they turned the comments off of that one. I wonder why. Uh, Governor declares state of emergency. Gas companies decide to raise the price of gas. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of that, though. And like I said, there's people from this county here that are driving back and forth, bringing supplies, blankets, food, generators down to the church in Crooksville. I forget the name of the church, but so they can distribute it to the people down there, and they're filling up here in Coshocton. It's still cheaper than it is in Zanesville. I heard they're 470, 460 down there. Yeah. Well, now I'm not a fan of the cancel culture thing and everything because majority of it is just ridiculous. To me, celebrities shouldn't be involved in that kind of stuff in the first place. But we need to cancel these government officials in a peaceful way. um, the more people would stand up and not, when it comes down to well, say you had a city a small city like where I'm at here. It's not a very big city or anything. And if everybody was tired of something, the crookedness of it, like here, if they want a bill passed or get more money for their city workers or something like that, whatever the case may be, to get more vehicles or whatever, they don't repair anything. They set in their place their offices and stuff, and they don't do anything. They let the roads go until it's very bad streets and stuff, and then they put their bill up and say, as soon as the bill is passed, we will fix our roads. And then if it doesn't get passed, they don't do anything anyway. So the next time it goes up, everybody wants their streets fixed, so they pass the bill. And then they get new vehicles and still don't do the roads. So, well, we need more money to fix the roads. And again, people, well, let's raise the tax for this and let's raise the tax for that, and we'll get our roads fixed. And that's, you know, if some Italian fellas in New York or New Jersey were to do that to a company, they would call that blackmail. But it's the government, they don't do that thing. They wouldn't do such thing. Now, if everybody got together and said, we're not buying anything, we're not paying our taxes, everything would shut down. You know, they couldn't run anything. But people are too spoiled. They can't go without this or that, and it's never going to happen. Yeah. Yeah, that surprises me that uh, more places don't have stand your ground thing. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you. Yeah. Now, I remember where we used to live. Um, I think my property tax went up after 7 years of being there. It was the same every year. And then 7 years, it went up just a little bit. Here in the last 6 years, it has gone up every year, a big amount. 2004, it went way up. And then it keeps gradually going up every year. Not just a little, you know, a few dollars here or there. It's hundreds. And it's getting to where I'm on disability, so it's like I don't have any more I can give you. And the cost of living, oh, your cost of living is going up this year. You get an extra $3. Yeah, but my taxes went up $140 a year. You know, that $3, you know, is not going to do anything. That's $36 a year. And my taxes went up by $140. That doesn't compute. You need to readjust your your AI is not working properly. Yeah. Yeah, they get away with it all the time too. Um, this one right here. Oh, that's yeah, even Cincinnati had a little bit of flooding too that I heard. Here's another one. And this is this here is in New Lexington. That they also got flooded. Perry County. I mean, it doesn't look like that much, but it's still enough to where a lot of those trailers and stuff, once a trailer gets wet, their floor gets wet, the whole thing is shot because everything sits on top of that icky particle board, unless it's a very old trailer. Sits on that particle board. Once that particle board gets wet, it swells up and just deteriorates, and everything's setting on that floor. So anything that's setting on it will give away. You have a good one. When are you going live again, by the way? Well, might have just missed him. Anyways, you guys go check out his channel. Ohio Valley. What the heck? That was an odd one. I got an echo for a second. But I thought, since I didn't talk about it last night, I thought it was a good idea to get up here and voice my concerns. And it's just Ohio, and it's not like it doesn't happen everywhere else. I'm sure you guys have in other states have had a national disaster, or look at Florida. About every other week they have one somewhere or something with a storm or something like that. Yeah, and it's happened down there before. Actually, I believe Trump stepped in on his first term, I do believe, when he went down there and got onto the gas companies for doing stuff like this. Now, you never know. Your local government could be in cahoots with gas company and say, "Hey, I've got an idea. Let's make a little money here. I'm going to declare emergency, and you guys raise your gas prices, and then I'll give you a week, and then I'll come in and tell you guys lower your prices. But look how much money we'll make. Just give me 50% of what you make, and I won't fine you. at the end of the week. You and people think you're crazy for you're coming up with these alleged stories like this, but you know dang well that that's how the world works. These big pharma and pesticides and all these companies have representatives that live in Washington, D.C., and they go have dinner with state representatives and, Senate people and all those people, and pay for their dinner and buy them a house and do all these things to sway their votes. That's how it works. Yep. Yeah, they I think it was the first night when they lost power, because the first picture I showed, I'll go ahead and show it again, is their power station in Crooksville. This is an aerial view of it. As you can see, this is where the power comes in and everything. And they had to shut it down because it was submerged. That distributes the power in the area and whatnot. So the power had already went out. And like I said, the church that helps the area, well, they go all over the state and everything. If there's need for it, they get together and they send a text out if you want to help and stuff like that. And I was supposed to go, but I didn't get a thing from the doctor in time because my blood pressure's been going back up again. So fun. So they told me to stick around here and chill out. I said, okay. I gave them, didn't give them. They're supposed to bring it back. The use of my little generator. I said it's good enough to keep somebody their power on and their refrigerator running or something like that. It runs for about 16 hours. Unless you put a strain on it, then it won't last that long. But and we went out and started up, make sure it was running and everything, running good. I put some stuff in it. But I'm still glad that there's people out there that want to help others when Mother Nature or other things happen. There are people out there that will help one another and not expect something in return. And you see less of it nowadays than when I was growing up, because back then, if you lost power, it was at least 2 weeks to a month before they come and say replace the power lines or whatever the case may be. Nowadays, power line goes out within a day or two, it's back up, sometimes quicker. And again, we're spoiled. We freak out if our power goes out and the AC is not working, oh, my phone's going to go dead. What am I going to do now? I have no way of contacting anybody. Um, you know, I have no internet. We're spoiled now, and God forbid that our power goes out for more than a month. And they've had studies that said if we were to lose power for 30 days as a country, 90% of the population would be gone. That's scary, just 30 days. 30 days. Oh, there's data centers in every state. Like I said, the biggest one in Virginia. There's something. I'm still amazed that they lost 3 gigawatts. Gigawatts is a lot. That's a lot of power. That's 3% of the population's power gone in an instant. Again, very, very strange. And I thought, man, that's a great story, Everybody should know this, but hardly got any views. Nobody cared about it. Oh yeah. 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 If there's like there are certain people in the heads of state. They're not so much voted to be there. They're appointed, and they have control over the grid, so to speak. So they can control where that electricity goes from the grid. And if there's a disaster or some sort, they will route it to the data centers before they go to houses and hospitals and stuff like that. And it's amazing that somebody has that power that the governors don't have of their own state. And see that, and that's the thing is, I would say, military has dibs on their power and stuff. But there's somebody else that is in charge of that, which is scary. So if something were to happen, war type thing happen, a civilian has control over the military's power, just electricity, allegedly. But anyways, it's been an hour. I wasn't going to stay on too long. I just wanted to voice my concerns about how crooked and money hungry the oil company is to raise the price of gas during national emergency. Oh, it's okay. It's just a flood. They lost their houses. Let's raise the price of gas. And if it happens in Ohio, it'll happen in your state. Yep. Hey, Grace, you just come in just in time as I'm running out the door. It's been an hour. And anyways, I'll catch you guys later. I got some grass to cut if it's dry enough out there, and I will catch you guys later. We'll catch you on the next one. Let me hit the button.
Yeah. We came from the dirt, raised in the church, steel made, no safe spaces, no handouts, Gen X rise! Born in the static of a broken TV, MTV loud head banging daily, BMX scars and cassette tape hiss. Raised on rebellion with an iron fist. We drank from hoses, ran wild in the heat. No GPS, just our own 2 damn feet. Street lights on, better get home fast. Built to survive, not whine like a pansy ass. Nintendo nights in the arcades glowed. Boom boxes blasting while the long hair flowed. We learned real pain, no digital lies. Took hard knocks straight, never victimized. We don't bend, we don't break. Built in fire for heaven's sake. From metal gods to hip-hop beats, Gen X stands on concrete streets. Gen X, we never back down. Raised on truth, not bullshit. Steel in our blood, fire in our veins. We earned our scars. We never asked for reparations, just respect. Gen X, stand and fight. Middle fingers to the fading light. From the mosh pit roar to the old school grind. Ain't no generation tougher than mine. Before the fake, before the world went soft and lost its grace. We had grit, we had guts, now everybody crying over paper cuts. Skateboard kings with a battle cry, thrash metal dreams under blood red skies. Wu-Tang, Metallica, Tupac and Slayer, we crossed all lines. Real game players, no clicks, no likes, no online fame. Just blood, sweat, pride and a respected name. You call us forgotten, nah, we're the base. The last real rebels of the human race. Gen X, we never back down. Raised on truth, not bullshit. Steel in our blood, fire in our veins. We earned our scars. We never asked for reparations, just respect. Gen X, stand and fight. Middle fingers to the fading light. From the mosh pit roar to the old school grind. Ain't no generation tougher than mine. So crank that Marshall.